Hey, this is a show, here's what it's called, it's about animation, and today's topic of choice is animating with vectors versus animating with rasters. If you don't know what that means, listen up. So raster-based images are made out of pixels. MS Paint, Photoshop, and pretty much the majority of drawing programs are raster-based. The important thing for animation about this is that images made with raster programs get more and more pixely as you zoom in. And that's bad news for animation. It means if you didn't make your drawing big enough, when you go to zoom in, the quality is going to be bad. Which brings us to vector images. Vectors are made out of math. The computer calculates what goes where, so you can zoom in or out and the picture stays the same. This is great for animation because you can move your camera around and do whatever you want without worrying. You can distort the heck out of something and it's not going to get pixely. See, here's the difference. So then the question is, why doesn't every animator use vectors? Aha! My answer to you is this episode's featured animation, The Bear King. Have a look. The Bear King is made purely out of raster images. And this is where rasters dominate vectors. Detail. Painted backgrounds, hand-drawn characters, things with edge, detailed, painted effects, complex lighting, and shading. To accomplish that in a vector program is difficult. It's like comparing a painting to papercraft. If you wanted to make the painting out of cut-up pieces of paper, it would take a very long time, and in the end, it still wouldn't have the same feel as the painting itself. And the Bear King's backgrounds are all painted in Photoshop. Ah, but that's not all. Notice how these pieces are independent from the main background? How the camera is zooming in here, but the trees don't turn into pixels? That's because animator Kristen Rakoczy planned these shots. She knew the biggest the tree needed to be was this much, so she drew it that big. Then she was able to zoom out to here, and that's where the zooming starts. See, zooming out with a raster is fine. No pixelation for zooming out. The problem is when you zoom in to larger than 100% of the original drawing, and then like, look what I'm doing right now. See, I'm doing it. But I'm a vector, so you can get as close as you want. Ah, jeez! Come on, not that close. I know it's the internet and everything, but personal space, jeez. The characters in the Bear King are also rasters. In fact, they're all hand-drawn on paper, scanned into the computer, and then colored in Toon Boom Harmony. Again, this is fine, as long as the drawings on the paper are big enough for your animation. If they're bigger than needed after scanning, it's easy to scale them down on the computer, so bigger is better. With rasters, yeah, better to draw too big than to draw too small. And yeah, so I really wish we could get a 1080 or even 720 resolution of the Bear King. I want to see the spectacular scene transition sharp and clear, without the blurriness. By the way, the style of Kristen's hand-drawn animation is what gives the characters that raw, edgy look to them. Even when they're standing still, the lines are moving. It's a technique that is time-consuming because when the character isn't moving, you still have to draw it again anyway, so the lines around it are different every time, and they keep changing to give you that effect. And in terms of the story of the video, what I want to know is, which animal is this guy? Or does he not have an animal side? That's all for now. See you next week.